Welcome to Hollywood First Look Features, your one-stop shop for all things Hollywood. I'm your host, Thuy Phan. 2019 is coming to an end, but that doesn't mean we have one packed show for you to enjoy before we ring in the new decade. This week, Susie Gutler will talk to the cast of Night Sweats, while Quinn Marie takes us to a special screening of Momentum Shift in LA with the cast of this documentary. Sari Cohen has a sneak peek for a behind-the-scenes look of Pick Up the Litter, a new docuseries coming to Disney Plus about guide dogs and how they become one. We have all that and so much more. Let's get started. They may be villains, but they're not Grinches. The cast of Birds of Prey, including Margot Robbie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Journey Smollett-Bell, Rosie Perez, and Ella J. Basco, want to wish you a happy holiday. The Birds of Prey cast joined forces to deliver a very special season's greetings in preparation for their highly anticipated film, which hits theaters on February 7th, 2020.
Hi, on behalf of the cast and crew of Birds of Prey,
we wish you all happy holidays.
And don't forget to catch Birds of Prey
when it hits theaters February 7th.
See you soon.
You know what a harlequin is? A harlequin's role is to serve. It's nothing without a master. And no one gives two shits who we are beyond that. The Joker and I broke up. I wanted a fresh start. But it turns out I wasn't the only dame in Gotham looking for emancipation.
Spectacular news! Miss Quinn, she belongs to me.
Who are you guys?
Here's the deal, Quinn. You need me!
He's after all of us now. None of us are walking out of here.
Unless we work together.
With you. You gotta be kidding me.
Isn't this fun? It's just like a sleepover. We should order pizza. Make Cosmos.
Harley, focus.
Okay. I'm the one they should be scared of.
Not you, not Mr. J. Because I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
Woo! Who's having a good time?
Get ready, ladies.
Psycho chick.
Don't never call a woman a chick. I'll accept broad, lady, woman, and on occasion, bitch.
Bitch? What are you talking
What's
about?
that for me, will you?
Netflix has released the official trailer for the highly anticipated sequel to its 2018 summer hit, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, starring Vietnamese-American actor Lana Condor. Based on the second book in Jenny Han's best-selling trilogy, To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You, follows Condor's Laura Jean Covey, who finally finds herself in a romantic relationship with Peter Kavinsky until another guy from her past shows up.
Where are we going?
Check it out.
I figured this would be the place to give you this, because this is where it all started. I knew from the first time. You okay? Look, I want to say that I really appreciate it, but it's never gonna happen. How did you know about this?
I have my ways.
I promise I am not going to break your heart.
I promise not to break your heart.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know who I am?
John Ambrose McLaren.
Nobody compares to you.
I'm gonna need that letter back.
I need proof that someone actually liked me in middle school.
Everyone liked you in middle school.
I didn't really care about everyone.
Variety just released their list of biggest hits and flops of 2019, and at the top of that list, Avengers Endgame, with $2.79 billion at the global box office and with a production budget of just $356 million. The Lion King came in at number 2 with $1.6 billion, while Joker made $1.06 billion against a $55 million budget. Us from Jordan Peele made $255 million with a price tag of just $20 million. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood comes in 5th with a box office take of $372 million and a budget of $90 million. Hustlers also makes the list with a budget of $20 million and making it rain with $155 million at the box office. Congratulations to these Hollywood hits for making 2019 gold. F9 is coming in fast and furious for 2020, and the studio just announced they will be doing a live concert and trailer drop event with the cast of F9 in Miami on January 31st, 2020. The good news is they're also giving away tickets for Fast and Furious fans to join them by going to their website at www.fastandfurious.com, The Road to F9, and entering for a chance to win. The concert will feature musical performances by Cardi B, Wiz Khalifa, Charlie Puth, Ozuna, and Ludacris. Good luck to you and hope you get a chance to go to Miami. What would you do if you found your roommate dying of a mysterious disease that is then becoming widespread? Would you risk your own life to get to the bottom of it and battle Big Pharma for answers? That's what happens to Yuri in Night Sweats, and Susie Gutler has all the details.
Hi, I'm Susie Gutler, and we're at the world premiere of Night Sweats right here in New York City. Let's take a first look.
That's my building. My roommate's probably passed out. You want to come up?
Sure.
Did you hear that?
Jake? Jake? You alright, man?
Jesus.
Jake! Jake! What happened to him?
Immediately thought meningitis, but there's no fever and no increased white blood cell count.
This doesn't look like anything I've ever seen.
I live here. I need to know.
Did Jake have a job?
You shot trauma interviews?
True Healing is a video library of people who have experienced trauma.
I don't think they're just interviewing people.
What do you mean?
I think they're tracking the disease.
We did the autopsy. There were tiny holes in his brain.
Has it spread?
We don't know.
The film is inspired by true events that occurred to one of the producers, my friend Seth, who worked at a strange self-help company. He was filming testimonials of people who had had traumatic experiences, and the company was supposed to be helping people, but they were actually kind of all about the money, and they ended up packing up in the middle of the night, and he got ripped off at the end of experience. Yes, so it was a little traumatizing for him. What was even crazier was that one of the people who he had interviewed for this company later contacted him and propositioned him and said, I want you to film me spreading a deadly disease in New York City. And he turned down the project, but he told me about it, and we thought, that could be a really great narrative film. We don't want to do that as a doc, but let's develop that into a narrative. And so Night Sweats was born.
Charles A. Bear is one of the most fun characters I've ever played because he's neurotic, but he's also entertaining in a funny way, in an analytical way. So he's smart, and so you can kind of like say, I look up to this guy. But he's in an awkward way smart. So it's super, super fun to find those like little intricacies and whatnot of what would make it work in the film. I think that the more important part of this project is that it's an inspirational thriller. It makes you kind of watch your back and take extra care of yourself and the people that you love and kind of each other in a big city. It deals with big pharma and corporate America, and it's a thriller, so it keeps your attention with the twists and turns to kind of deliver that message.
My guy plays a guy who thinks he's going to be lucky and then it ends up being very unlucky. I don't want to ruin too much. I'm part of the climax of the film, so I think they'll be mad if I give the whole thing away. But yeah, it's a Murray Hill guy that thinks he's going to be luckier than he is.
Okay. And what was it that drew you to the project?
You know, when I met Andrew, the director, first, I had a blast talking to him. The audition process was in his office. It was private. He was intimate. He was smart, driven, committed, had a straight vision, and I went with what he threw at me. So that's what I liked about him, yeah.
I play a medical examiner, and I do an autopsy on the first casualty.
and discovered that it is pretty terrifying encephalopathy, basically pinholes in the brain, and kind of gets sucked into something I don't understand. It's a great character. She's sassy, she's salty, she's a lot of fun, and I got to drive a camera car and with a camera rig outside of it, and in a full hazmat suit and do dialogue on a Brooklyn street, which is something you don't get to do very often.
Yuri is the unsuspecting hero of the film. He is he's a guy's guy. He's kind of like an average Joe, and he gets caught up in a very dark scheme that he's unaware of at the beginning of the film, and throughout the film he kind of slowly but surely figures it out, and it takes some courage to go through with it because he's fighting against authorities and big organizations that are scary, and he's not really deterred. So he's a courageous guy, I would say.
And it's a pretty heavy, pretty intense subject matter. What were some of your first thoughts when you read the script?
I was excited because it's a story that moves, and it's a story that's kind of like the character's rebellious, and that resonates with me a lot. When I was younger, I was kind of a little bit of a hellion, and I would say like when I became an adult, I started like gathering some sense, so it kind of brought me back to when I was younger and wouldn't take no for an answer when like an authoritative figure told me something was a certain way and I didn't believe them.
And that was the red carpet premiere of Night Sweats right here in New York City. I'm Susie Guller, and you're watching Hollywood First Look Features.
I'm gonna figure it out.
So they knew about this disease and they didn't care. They just let people die.
How you feeling, Yuri? Getting headaches? You're infected. All you're doing is digging your own grave.
I'll take the company down with me.
As we start the new year with new resolutions, fitness is almost always on top of that list. That's why Momentum Shift, a documentary about Ellen Latham and how she turned her spare bedroom into a 1,200 studio way of life called Orange Theory Fitness, is a must-see. Join Quinn Marie as she takes us to the special screening of this documentary about the fitness instructor who lost it all to gain it all.
Hey guys, I'm Quinn Marie with Hollywood First Look Features, and we are here at the LA premiere of Momentum Shift, which follows the journey of Orange Theory Fitness and the impact it's had on mental and physical health across the globe. Let's take a first look.
One day, my boss calls me into his office and fires me. I was devastated. I was a single parent, a woman, and 54 years old.
Orange Theory Fitness.
Taking data to the next level.
I started to have a spare room in my house.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. So it is that time to rock and roll. Let's burn!
There's so many fitness concepts out there.
Nobody was supportive that it was going to work.
I wake up every single day to do one thing, and it's be who I was yesterday.
This is something special.
First and foremost, Ellen's story. And when I started to learn and read about what her journey was, and the fact that I'm a woman filmmaker and she founded this company at the age of 54, and is a woman in a world that is dominated often by men. I was inspired by that, and then once I started to like understand like the actual transformational impact this workout has on people. I was curious to learn more. And, I met Joe, I met Kristen, over the phone or in FaceTime first, and they just really touched me. And what I do is I kind of just tell stories, human stories, and hope that people can connect with it. And the crazy thing is that I'm now an Orange Theory member and kind of a fanatic. I just was really moved by each of their personal stories and wanted to bring those stories to an audience because I felt like they could be inspiring.
I was nervous about opening up about it, but I think one of the things that we as a society don't do is talk enough about what healing looks like afterwards. And so for me, doing this film is trying to help people find some healing that's available to them across the country. Orange Theory has thousands of studios, and you can walk into any one and find your tribe. And for me, I feel like I've gotten my power back, and I have this amazing community that's there for me. Our lives are intertwined in these beautiful ways, and to think about what Ellen built and how it's all come down to this moment is incredible.
So initially I got an email from a studio owner, and he said, I think this is something that really speaks about you. So the initial email sending over, I was just grateful for an opportunity for our studio owner, Mark, to think that I've given that much to the members to even, be able to contribute something to the film. So I was just grateful.
Did you want, I mean, because, you talk about your childhood and things like that and sports injuries, which is a private thing, and it can be a little bit vulnerable. Did you have any of that when you were going through it, or were you like, no, I need to do this for this film?
So the way I live my life is like with an open heart. So I feel like vulnerability and openness is my biggest and strongest asset. So if I'm gonna live with a full heart, there's nothing to hide. Orange Theory brings it 3 different components. It brings the technology, which, being able to track what you're doing and see the progress is just so valuable because it lets you know that, you may not always see the physical changes right away, but it might be inside and you see, a better heart, or, you're able to hold a longer effort. So having the technology behind you to show that, and then everything being supported by science. I mean, if you want to spend an hour of your life, you want it to be the most valuable hour to get you where you want to go. And then I think just having a coach in the room, that's really there not only to be in the group, but to, focus on each member as if they were the only ones in the room. I think when you put those 3 together, and just really somebody who maybe not the experience being able to have that safe space to get their results is what, and the passion is, the foundation of the brand.
One of the things that you brought up, and I found interesting about the film also, is that you do promote mental health just as much as you promote physical health. How important is it for you to kind of like put that idea first in your classes?
So for me, it's the absolute number one thing. So when I start each class, I ask the members as they're warming up, what's your intention for the next hour? And so, whatever it may be, we want you to leave here feeling successful. So having that mindset around what you're about to do, to me, sets the foundation for an amazing experience. So, so goes your mind, so goes your life.
I think when we saw the kind of impact we were having on people who worked for our company, who really found passion, found their purpose in life, what they wanted their contribution is to help other people become better versions of themselves. When we saw members come into our fitness product, and it be a lot more than losing 10 pounds, but maybe fighting depression, postpartum, bigger things in life, and they were leaving feeling better about themselves in a world that sometimes does not make us feel real terrific about ourselves. That's when we knew that we had something huge, that we are changing the world, and we had to let people see it, feel it, and taste it.
I'm a huge believer in exercise and physical fitness and the way that it takes you out of your brain and into your body. And I had actually done Orange Theory with my sister. My sister's a 5th grade teacher in Indiana, and she was out here visiting me, and she was like, have you done Orange Theory? And I said, no, I can't wait to try it. So we went together, and I loved how it was a circuit, and I love that you're really tracking your heart rate, and I love that after the exercise, after your program, your metabolism keeps on working, and it keeps burning calories. And so it was a really natural fit, and I was really inspired by her story. I mean, the fact that she was a 55-year-old single mother and doing Pilates out of her 2nd bedroom and created this empire. I mean, for me, the fact that they chose to make a documentary to show women and pretty much anyone that it doesn't matter what age you are, you should be able to go after your dreams in your life. And because I think she wanted to help others, it's come back, and it's just been such a huge success.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't miss Momentum Shift when it's available to stream on Gather.com. I'm Quinn Marie, and you've been watching Hollywood First Look Features.
They say dogs are man's best friend, and for good reason. In everyday life, they bring comfort, companionship, and joy, but as service animals, they are so much more. Join Sari Cohen as she finds out more about Pick Up the Litter, a docu-series based on the film of the same name, featuring the stories of service animals, their trainers, and how they go from puppies to lifesavers.
Hey everybody, Sari Cohen here with Hollywood First Look Features, and we are at Walt Disney Studios for a special screening of Pick of the Litter, streaming now on Disney+. Let's take a first look.
It's really hard to become a guide dog. It takes a very special, confident dog to be able to do this job.
There's 3 boys and 3 girls: Pacino, Tulane, Paco, Amara, Rafi, and Tartan.
I thought she is going to be so easy to raise.
Pacino is really fun, really playful.
As you can tell, Paco is a teenager and doesn't listen to its parents.
Everything about them looks perfect for the job, but then you actually ask them to do it, and it's too much pressure. And then you start seeing behaviors that you never saw while you were raising them.
I'm a little bit at a loss with Pacino right now. He's definitely not ready to progress.
Not all dogs are suited to be a guide dog.
What do you think about Paco? Do you think he's gonna make it to the next phase?
The odds are against him, so probably a high chance that he might fail.
So the idea for Pick of the Litter started many, many years ago when my partner Dana and I, we were journalists for NBC in Northern California. And we found out about the work of Guide Dogs for the Blind then. And that led us to make a feature film about them that came out last year. And we're so fortunate that the folks at Disney saw the trailer for it. And it was right as they were looking for programming for Disney Plus. And they came to us and said, would you be able to develop this into a series? So it was kind of a magical moment because we always saw this as a great series because there's so much to it, and the dogs, they're all different. You never know the outcome, so it's kind of the perfect setup for a series. And then we had the pleasure to continue the story and make it. We started in late January. Mary came on the team, and we had this great team all of a sudden to retell a story in a different way.
With new dogs and new people, but the amazing people at Guide Dogs for the Blind. And I mean, the organization's been around since I think 1943, is that right?
I think so.
It's been around since the 40s, and initially it was started to help veterans who were back from war. And as time grew on, it became really the premier organization that trained dogs specifically for people with visual impairments and people who are blind.
We're one of the guide dog raiser families, so we raised Paco.
We're a family of 6, so we have like 4 kids and then our 2 parents. And so basically, I know it's a big family, but we all realized, like, we always thought maybe we should get a dog just because we think it would, like, just the healing power like a dog can have in our lives.
Before we had Paco, we had never even had a pet dog. So we of course had a lot of insecurities or anxieties because we wanted to make sure we were doing the best possible job. But GDB, Guide Dogs for the Blind, is a really incredible organization. They have lots of puppy clubs that are regional. So you're in a raiser club where you work in community with other raisers, overseen by a leader. So day one, from bringing the puppy home to potty training to working on behaviors and obedience, there's an incredible amount of support that's built in.
It's really great. You don't have to be, like I said before, you don't have to be extraordinary. You just have to have a little bit of commitment of time. You don't even have to be a full-time raiser. You can be a part-time raiser. You can even train with the training, but then become babies or dog sitters. And so you don't even need to be on call or full-time. You just, hey, when there's a need, when we need a break, we need a day off or a couple of days off, we just drop it off at another puppy sitter's family that's been raised or been trained, and then that's another kind of level of involvement. So there's so many different levels of involvement you can have.
Some surprising things are we start training our dogs when they're 3 days of age. What it takes to be a guide dog is 18 months of training. The creation of a guide dog actually starts at the DNA level. We employ a geneticist to help us. So our labs and golden retrievers are different than what you're going to get in the pet world. They're specifically bred for the work we're asking them to do, and we're breeding in very specific traits so that they can do the job we're asking them to do. What I'm hoping that people will take out of Pick of the Litter is a better understanding of our mission, what we do as Guide Dogs for the Blind, how very complicated it is to become a guide dog, and hopefully respect for that guide dog team. And I'll be really honest, visibility for who we are and what we do, because all of our services are free. We receive no government funding, and we're completely dependent upon the support of our communities to be able to do the job we do.
Animals just enrich your life, and I know there's all the studies and everything that says that, but I don't need a study. I just need to know, when I'm walking up to the door and he's there waiting for me, he or she, that they're there to greet you, and they're there to get you out of your funk and get you out and take a walk. And now, having met so many of the people from Guide Dogs for the Blind through making the film and now the show, so it's been about 4 years of learning about this and getting to feel that spirit of people that want to work together to make people's lives better, with animals being the key ingredient. It doesn't get better than that. It is such a necessary story in these times that we have to be able to make a show for Disney Plus that parents can watch with their kids, and it's about a goodness in the world.
Check out Pick of the Litter, now streaming on Disney Plus. I'm Sari Cohen. Thanks for watching Hollywood First Look Features. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below.
Hopefully, she'll be successful and she'll make a great guide dog.
Today, he's going to his final evaluation.
Nice. If she does well, she can really change someone's life, and that's what I want.
It's a lot of work, but I know that she's gonna make it. I know that.
That's all we have for this week, but I'm going to leave you with a look at Kristen Stewart's upcoming film, Underwater, which premieres on January 10th. From all of us here at Hollywood First Look Features, thank you so much for joining us, and best wishes for 2020. This is our last episode of the decade, and we'll see you next year.
Listen carefully. You are now 5,000 miles from land, and you're descending 7 miles to the bottom of the ocean. See you all in a month.
Here we go. All right, we're gonna do this. Let's do this.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad's my rig?
10. We drilled to the bottom of the ocean, and we don't know what came out.
Gotta get to the station.
How would we even get there?
We walk. We're just gonna walk with insufficient oxygen across the bottom of the ocean.
You don't know what's out there.
Worst idea ever. What was that?
Turn your lights off.
What is that? What is that?
What is happening?
There's something following us.
Funner, California isn't a word. It's a place where guests come to stay. And play. Then eat. On repeat. Harrah's Resort, Southern California. Voted best resort in Funner, California.
Nó trôi dạt vào cuộc sống của chúng ta, phơi nhiễm chúng ta với rủi ro. Khói thuốc có vẻ vô hại, nhưng nó rất độc hại và không ai được an toàn cả. Đã đến lúc phải ngăn chặn mọi loại khói thuốc do người khác hút.